Have you ever wondered why every major government, global organization, and financial institution keeps pointing toward the same year, 2030? They never explain why, never explain what happens after, and never tell you what they're quietly preparing the world for. But tonight, you will. This is the story of Agenda 2030. Not the polished version they show the public, but the version buried beneath committees, closed-door meetings, and quiet policy shifts happening all around us. A global transformation disguised as progress. A digital reset that will reshape every part of human life. And a deadline that they're racing toward faster than anyone realizes. Because if the world is going to change forever, it won't start with a vote, it won't start with a war, and it won't start with a disaster. It starts with a plan. A plan written years ago, locked behind language designed to sound harmless, and now being executed piece by piece, country by country, without most people ever noticing. Tonight, we're exposing the real meaning behind Agenda 2030, and the global digital reset no one was ever meant to fully understand. Let's begin. To understand why the year 2030 matters, you have to understand one thing. When powerful people want to reshape the world, they don't do it overnight. They do it slowly, quietly, and with a smile. Agenda 2030 was introduced as a vision for a sustainable future built on 17 global goals. But behind that friendly language lies something very different. A blueprint for a world where governments, corporations, and technology merge into a single system of control. You may think that sounds extreme, but listen closely, because every part of this plan is already being built around you. Goal 1. Digital identity. On the surface, this looks harmless, a way to access services quickly. But a digital ID is the foundation of something much bigger. Once every human is connected to a verified digital identity, everything else can be linked to it. Your bank account, your medical records, your travel history, your social behavior, even your ability to interact with society. They call it convenience. But it also creates the perfect system for monitoring people in real time. Goal 2. Cashless economy. Across the world, cash is disappearing. Countries are rolling out CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Unlike crypto, these are not decentralized. These are programmable, trackable, and controllable. A currency that can be turned on or off, restricted, limited, or redesigned based on your behavior. They say it's for safety, they say it's for efficiency. But ask yourself, who controls programmable money? Not you. Goal 3. Smart cities. Every major city is pushing toward this idea. Sensors, cameras, AI monitoring, predictive policing, energy restrictions, and digital zoning. Imagine a city where every move is tracked, every purchase, every step, every interaction. Again, they call it innovation. But innovation for who? For you or for them? As you'll soon see, all of these systems connect, and when they do, you get something that looks less like a free society and more like a digital cage. But we're only at the beginning of the 2030 blueprint, because while the public is distracted, the real transformation is happening underneath. Global food systems are being centralized, energy grids are being restructured to allow remote shutoff, private land ownership is becoming harder and harder, and the phrase, "You will own nothing and be happy," wasn't a joke. It was a preview. Governments around the world are buying up farmland, corporations are buying water rights, and small businesses are being replaced by global digital marketplaces. The goal? A world where independence becomes impossible and reliance becomes mandatory. But here's where it gets even more unsettling. Behind every 2030 initiative, there's a new player, a silent partner. Artificial intelligence. AI is becoming the engine behind global governance, making decisions, filtering information, automating enforcement, and building a world where human judgment becomes optional. And that is not an accident. Agenda 2030 isn't just a plan for a sustainable world. It's a plan for a digital world, one where AI becomes the brain, and digital systems become the nervous system. Let's go deeper. Why 2030? Why this decade? Because the world is reaching a technological tipping point. By 2030, experts expect universal digital IDs, near total surveillance in major cities, fully programmable money, smart home and smart grid, integration, AI-run government systems, biometric security everywhere, and the merging of financial, medical, and personal data into one system. A unified global database, controlled by unelected bodies, that decides who you are and what you're allowed to do. One identity, one system, one world, by design. But the most chilling part of Agenda 2030 is not the technology, it's the psychology. If you want to reset the world, you don't need guns, you don't need armies, you don't need violence, you only need control over information, control over currency, and control over access. And slowly, piece by piece, they're taking it. Some countries are already linking digital IDs to bank accounts. Others require biometric verification for travel. Several cities are testing social credit scoring, and many governments are quietly preparing to phase out physical money entirely. People think this is random. It's not. It's coordinated. But here's the part almost nobody knows. The 2030 plan wasn't created to fix the world. It was created to rebuild it into a fully digital ecosystem, a world where privacy no longer exists, a world where freedom becomes conditional, and a world where compliance is no longer requested, but required. Because when everything becomes digital, everything becomes controllable. Your identity, your money, your movement, your access to food, energy, medicine, travel, information, all of it can be monitored. All of it can be restricted. All of it can be shut off. Instantly. The global reset isn't coming. It's happening. Quietly, slowly, right in front of you. Look at the patterns, the tightening regulations, the new digital requirements, the changes in language, the sudden push for centralized power. None of this is random. The world is being prepared for something, a transformation unlike anything in history. And by the time 2030 arrives, the old world will be gone, replaced by something new, something efficient, something safe. But safe for who? That is the question they hope you never ask. Because once the 2030 system is complete, there is no going back, no opting out, no living off-grid, no disappearing, no resistance without consequences. That's what a digital world allows. Total control, total oversight, total dependence. Unless we see it coming. Unless we understand the blueprint before it's complete. Unless we realize that the world they're building might not be the world we want to live in. This is Agenda 2030. Not the public version, not the friendly version, the real version. And now, you know. This is Uncharted Secrets, and the truth is only the beginning.